Firstly, guys, hey guys, welcome back to the biggest agricultural platform in Namibia known as Nduna Wengombe, which means headman of cattle. My name, of course, Mitchell Mutumba Simata, aka the headman of cattle. So today, Monday, the 14th of November, before I start this video, I just want to give a big shout out to each and everybody who's been on this platform, who's subscribed, who've liked, who've watched all my videos, and who have been there with me since day one, since the inception. Guys like Becky Zulu, he's one guy that I can really think of because he does watch my video, even though he doesn't comment that much. I want to say thank you very much. And also I want to give a big shout out to the people that have really kept me going. People like my sister Ross. She also has her own YouTube channel called Color and Comments. It's a channel that focuses on mental health issues, dealing with childhood traumas and so forth. I'd really like you guys to check that out. I'll put the link of it in the description down there so you guys can click on it and go give it a watch and probably learn one or two things, probably listen to your mental health, because I always say in agriculture, many things are important to us, including mental health. Our mental health is very important. If we are not good, you won't really go far in your agriculture, Sorry, it's called Coloring and Comments. That's the channel's name. But I'll put the link down in my description there. Another shout out I'd love to give, another big shout out, is to my elder sister, Miss Nanja Muchali. She's really been there. The first brunch day that I had, where I was invited to go speak on my YouTube channel in my agricultural journey, was at her brunch. So she's one of the people that have been seeing me, and there's always been commenting, and there's always been going on Facebook and sharing my videos and pushing people to come and watch my channel and actually come and subscribe and come and learn from me, which is quite refreshing. When people see you, when people in your own family actually say, we see you, that's very refreshing. So big shout out to them, and big shout out to everybody who has been on with me on this journey. We're not yet, I always say we're the biggest, but we're not yet the biggest agricultural platform, but we're getting there. I see every day more numbers grow and more subscribers come. So I just want to say thank you very much to you guys out there who've been doing a lot, who've been watching all the videos, liking the videos, subscribing, and also sharing my videos to your friends and your family and your colleagues on just how to improve their farming. I just want to say thank you very much, and keep on doing that, keep on doing that. And now let's get into today's video. But before I get into today's video, I just want to say, don't forget to hit that sharp button down there, hit the subscription button, turn on your bell notification to be notified of future uploads, and let's get into today's video. The topic that I want to touch on is make more money with your livestock. It is pointless running any business if there is no commitment to achieve profits in a sustainable manner. Dr. Michael Bradfield, CEO of both Agri BSA and Wegu South Africa, highlighted the main profit drivers for livestock farmers. All livestock farmers should know exactly how many kilograms of meat, wool, milk, or other animal products are produced per hectare per year on their farms, says Dr. Michael Bradfield. This shouldn't be a guess, but an accurate, up-to-date figure. A farmer also needs to know how much it costs to produce each kilogram of products and the per kilogram price received. These figures should then be compared with those of other farmers producing the same products both locally and far afield. You need to constantly benchmark the productivity, product cost, and profitability of your livestock business against competitors, stresses Bradfield. You should then strive to be as good or better than most productive, cost-effective, and profitable of these other livestock farmers. So you need to be more productive, cost-effective, and profitable than those of these other farmers. A sample formula one can use to reach these levels. In many dealings with South African livestock farmers, Bradfield has discovered that few constantly use the simple but crucial formula for calculating the profitability of livestock enterprise. Price received minus cost of productivity times total kilograms of product produced a hectare equals profit. Fortunate, he says, as the cost of production factors in this equation is controllable. For example, improvement can be made to feed to growth efficiency. The genetic quality and overall composition of a herd or flock and the production system To become more efficient and therefore profitable, a livestock farmer has to bring down the cost of production over time, he says. A livestock farmer also has to improve total kilograms produced per hectare by reducing operation expenses, increasing labor productivity, and improving infrastructure to make livestock handling and management more effective. Stock rate. However, the most important factor in livestock production, according to Bradfield, is the stocking rate. A farmer has to manage this for optimal production. From optimal grazing utilization, stocking rate is 8 times more important than animal fertility, which is 4 times more important than animal growth rate, which is twice as important as carcass size. Stocking rate is your big profit driver. Having a single breeding season is the best way to make the most of an optimal stocking rate. The timing of the breeding season should be based on the production capabilities, the enterprise, as well as related cost. For example, some livestock farmers can graze their animals on crop residue during winter. This boosts body condition, far more cost effective than bought-in winter fodder. In such a situation, it is feasible to have a winter calving/lambing season, as the females will recover body condition on the crop residue and likely to achieve optimal weaning weight for their offsprings. Remember, a lactating female has three times the energy requirements of a dry animal, explains Bradfield. At 3 to 6 months old, a calf or lamb needs the milk its mother can produce. So, feed availability and quality must be at its best during the calving/lambing season. Adjust your livestock breeding season to fit in best with your farm production conditions. For a livestock enterprise with no access to crop residue during winter, the farmer should ensure that the calving/lambing season link with the time of year when other fodder sources, whether natural grazing, planted pastures, or bought-in feeds are at peak availability and quality. Lactating females will need this to produce enough milk for the best possible offspring weaning weights and to recover body condition rapidly for reconception, meeting demands on time. Cryovac, vacuum sealed meat packing gives livestock farmers, meat processors, and retailers great flexibility to meet supply and demand peaks. For example, many South African beef farmers wean their calves in May and send them to the feedlot for finishing until October. Yet, peak demand for beef is during the festive season, December till January. This means that feedlots' finished animals are ready 2 months or more ahead of schedule. Vacuum packing technologies enables processors to store meat safely in refrigerated conditions for up to 90 days before being sold to consumers, he says. At the same time, the meat is aged for improved flavor and tenderness, which is prized by many red meat consumers. Therefore, he continues, livestock farmers should try to align their breeding, calving or lambing, and weaning seasons to take advantage of high price offered for winners ultimately intended for peak demand periods. Livestock farmers able to implement their ideal calving/lambing season could then identify the optimal stocking rate. Weight, a key factor. A further profit driver is knowing the weight of all animals. You should be weighing them to make sure that they constantly gain weight, explains Dr. Bradfield. Weighing also enables you to set the medium weight, which will allow you to identify good and poor performers, such as sick animals. It will also allow you to send animals for slaughter at the correct time. Get up to date. An up-to-date record system is also crucial. A modern farmer needs to spend time at a computer, recording and analyzing key production and cost data. Old-fashioned thinking should be left behind, stresses Dr. Bradfield. It's already irrelevant and will definitely be in the future. If you don't have the tools to do the job or solve the problem to modern standards, get these as soon as possible, or risk being left behind by your competitors. The equipment does not have to be brand new, he adds, but it should be capable of the functions needed for modern farming of annual animal calving. Another essential profit driver is to have matured breeding females that each calve or lamb every year. This requires strict selection. Bradford explains that Bos Indigus cattle, for example, have evolved to survive under the toughest conditions. Unfortunately, this means they have a propensity to calve late in life and exhibit lactation, not coming on heat while suckling a calf. So they don't come on heat while they have a young calf. Producers of pure B indigus or B indigus type cattle should therefore select replacement breeding stock only from those females that calve early and produce a calf annually. If a mature breeding female still fails to calve or lamb every year, she should be culled immediately. The progeny of a female able to produce even during drought conditions should be prioritized for retention as breeding replacement because they have received hardy and adaptable genetics from their mothers, explains Dr. Bradfield. Fertility is a trait with low heritability, but it is highly repeatable. You should also remember that it can take a new bull or ram on the farm only 3 generations for its genetics to be found in almost 90% of the farm's entire stock or flock. So it's crucial that only top quality breeding males are brought in. And if you keep having females that can't produce a calf or lamb every year, be sure to check the seer too. This was information given to Farmers Weekly by Dr. Michael Bradfield, the owner, the CEO of both Agri, BSA, and Wegu, South Africa. That's Dr. Bradfield. So that's how farmers have to try and stay profitable with their livestock business. As it says that you must be able to focus on things like your breeding seasons, your formula, the simple formula, which is profit received minus cost of production times total kilograms of product per hectare equals profit. That's something you have to look at. Stock rate is another thing you have to take into consideration. Data data collection is very important. Meeting demand on time. So these are the many golden leaves that most livestock farmers can look at. This video was actually encouraged after a conversation that I had with a friend of mine where we were talking about why is it that some farmers farm but are never profitable? And this could be part of the reasons. Maybe they don't follow these things. Maybe they don't do record keeping that I've always been mentioning, that in agriculture, whether you are planting, whether you are raising livestock, always record everything. So when you try to decide when it's the right time to harvest, at least you have a better idea to say, this group of animals were weaned at the same time. This group of cabbages were planted at the same time. So all of them must be harvested at the same time. So those are the few golden leaves shared by Dr. Michael Bradfield, who is the CEO of Agri BSA and the CEO of Wegu, South Africa. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say bye for now.